believes that he's been caught not once but twice, then take his licence away.
You've let a little steroid man come up from middleweight and set about you and take all your belts. But he's going to have to take a real British Lancaster bomber like me to go and relieve the useless little steadhead of the belts and get...
Yeah, terribly disappointed, deeply disappointed, because he happens...
Duke McKenzie drops a bombshell right out of the gate, demanding Oleksandr Usyk's boxing license be revoked. In Duke's eyes, stepping into the ring while carrying allegations of performance-enhancing drug use isn't just cheating, it's risking lives for him. There's no gray area here. It's not about technicalities or loopholes. It's about principle. And on that principle...
Me, take his licence away. You know, because you cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. Not if you're going to put on a pair of gloves and get inside that square circle and physically fight somebody, and potentially you could easily lose your life.
McKenzie stands firm Usyk should be out of the sport for good. But Duke wasn't done that. What he said next cut even deeper. He didn't just question Usyk's integrity as a fighter, he painted it as a personal disgrace to Usyk's...
Wrong, in my book. But you know what? I also think that, you know, what he's done, it's like...
Father, framing the alleged actions as a betrayal of heritage, of legacy, and of the core honor that defines a true champion. It's just wrong in my book, McKenzie declared. His voice tinged with a mix of anger and sorrow. It's like a slap in the face for his dad. Then Tyson Fury joined the firestorm, unleashing a sarcastic...
Usyk, and
Usyk's a sausage, forget about him. Usyk's a little dirty little slimy fucker, actually. We're gossiping on you, you little sausage, and I'm going to release it very soon.
what, has he said something? Or?
No, bigger than that, much bigger. He's been on the missing list for a little minute or two. Little sausage.
Sarcastic tirade that painted Usyk as a pumped-up middleweight on a muscle-building safari. The mockery wasn't subtle. He essentially accused Usyk being a fraud, a man whose strength didn't come from dedication or genetics, but from synthetic help. Fury, never shy with his words, went nuclear. He called Usyk a useless duster and an imposter.
Eat his little food that he does, wink wink, and then come back when he's a big strong boy.
I think they all take drugs, all athletes.
Define all, who's... Everyone. Well, obviously you're talking about yourself, so...
Positioning himself as the only true warrior capable of cleaning up what he views as a mess. Every word was designed to strip Usyk of legitimacy and ignite public scrutiny. Just when it seemed the heat didn't get any higher. Fury doubled down. He taunted. He mocked. And
I've had, I don't know, 50 positive drug tests in my promotional career for different fights. I know how it goes down, but this one was just like, you know, obviously then you do your research into what it is, you know, the amount.
Tested positive for two substances, right?
Yeah, I believe that actually...
Did the second one get confirmed?
He dared us to prove he was clean. This wasn't just fight promotion anymore. It was scorched earth warfare. And then Eddie Hearn added even more fuel. In a revealing comment, the promoter confirmed what many feared: Usyk had allegedly tested positive for a banned sub, possibly even two. While the second test result remains in dispute, one failed test is already enough to cast a dark shadow. Hearn tried to stay measured, but the subtext in his tone revealed it all. This isn't going away. Not quickly, not quietly. Don Charles didn't hold back either. He called drug use in boxing unforgivable, plain and simple. And in this case, all signs, he said, pointed toward Usyk. But Charles didn't just blame the fighter. He laid into the governing bodies, calling them weak, accusing them of allowing cheaters to operate freely with nothing more than minor fines or suspension. In Charles' eyes, the institutions that should be protecting fighters...
It's very unforgiving. You can't... I'm sorry. Provided he's been found, it's 100% that those substances were found in his system, it's unforgiving. And you know what? I blame the governing bodies because I don't believe that they imposing heavy enough...
Fighters have failed them. Fighters risk their lives every time they step into that ring. To let someone allegedly juiced walk in and wreak havoc is not just reckless, it's criminal. And Charles wasn't done. What he said next shocked the entire debate into a higher gear. He demanded a life, not a 6-month suspension, not a fine, a full permanent exile. According to Don Charles, only that level of consequence will force fighters to think twice before crossing the line. In his view, as long as the consequences remain soft, the cheaters will keep coming. but a career-ending ban that would send a message louder than any knockout. This isn't just about punishing Usyk, it's about protecting the future of boxing before the rot spreads. With Usyk's name now swirling in this growing storm of allegations, boxing finds itself teetering on the edge of a credibility collapse. Don Charles sees the system...
A life ban, for instance, so people will think not just once, not just twice, they'll think 10 times before that. If you and I was doing something, we thought we're going to get a life ban and our career will be taken away, you're going to think twice before doing it. Yeah, and I think there should be a heavy penalty.
Appointment, the disc cracking, and he's calling on the sport to act before it's too late. Johnny Nelson's frustration is boiling over too. He's echoing the outrage felt by fans across the world. In his voice, you can hear the confusion, the appointment, the disbelief. It's a haunting reminder of the Conor Benn fiasco. Drug test results changing by the hour, silence from the sport's top brass, and the truth getting buried under layers of spin. Johnny's message is simple and powerful: just come clean. If something happened, own it. Don't drag boxing through another media circus. Nelson's even unsure who to believe anymore. That's how foggy this scandal has become. It's not just a PR problem. It's a full-blown trust crisis. Frank Warren joined the fray next. He didn't mince words, he called the entire situation a complete farce. From his standpoint, this is a fight that died the moment the truth began to leak. As a veteran of behind-the-scenes boxing drama, he knows how fast these situations...
It doesn't make you a better fighter. Might make you stronger, might make you fair. It doesn't make you a better fighter, and that's proof. You know, so until...
spiral, and according to Frank, this one's already halfway down the rabbit hole. Legal battles are brewing, test results are in limbo. Accusations are flying, and the promoter, stuck in the middle of the madness. Warren says the moment that positive result was whispered behind the scenes, the whole event was doomed. But Frank doesn't stop there. He turns his attention to the system itself. The real problem, he says, is the culture of silence. When fights can collapse because of secrets and legal fears, then something is fundamentally broken. And for someone with decades in the sport to call it madness, you know it's serious. Meanwhile, Usyk's reputation is dangling by a thread. And this scandal isn't just threatening to damage it, it's threatening to destroy it. Spencer Oliver weighs in with cold, brutal honesty. He wants a one-strike policy. Fail once and you're out, period. No warm-ups, no second chances. He believes it's the only way boxing will restore its crumbling credibility. But even as these explosive statements target the it's crazy part of boxing's ethics, it's important to ground ourselves in the facts. Let's be clear. There is no official confirmation that Oleksandr Usyk has failed any drug test. As of this writing, these are still unverified allegations, rumors, whispers magnified by emotion and outrage. Spencer's outrage isn't specifically aimed at Usyk, even if the timing suggests so. His broader message is about systemic reform, and if the accusations ever are proven true, then he says the sport must be ruthless, not to destroy fighters but to protect those who fight clean. Still, the damage to public perception is real. The trust that fans place in champions is fragile, and once that trust is broken, it doesn't come back easily. George Fox takes a different approach entirely. He strips away the noise and focuses on the ring. According to Fox, Daniel Dubois has the tools to win, not through scandal or controversy, but through raw power and intelligent fundamentals. Fox believes that if Dubois...
Strong on the fact that I don't believe in giving them a second chance.
You're basically saying, no 3 strikes and you're out.
No 3 strikes.
2 strikes and you're out.
No.
1, you fail a test and gone ski.
Absolutely, because I just believe then that moving forward, people would think twice about doing it. If they think, well, you know what, I'll get a second chance anyway, you know.
Remains focused, sticks to the game plan, and executes cleanly, he can shock. The world, and his analysis offers a refreshing change of pace because let's not forget, Usyk hasn't been banned. He hasn't been officially accused by any commission. The rumors are rampant, yes, but there is no confirmed violation. That's the line George Fox stays behind. He doesn't feed the speculation, he talks tactics. He talks boxing. If the rematch does go forward and if Dubois wins, it must be because of strategy and power, not because of scandal. George Fox believes Dubois can deliver that kind of performance, but it has to be perfect. There will be no room for error. Eddie Hearn isn't writing Dubois off either. The veteran promoter has seen enough to know when a fighter has a real shot, and even in the midst of chaos, he's backing Dubois, not with bluster, but with quiet belief. According to Eddie, this could be Dubois' moment. While much of the focus is on Usyk and the swirling rumors, Hearn reminds us that Dubois is rested, hungry, and dangerous. And again, Hearn's comments are rooted in boxing belief, not scandal. As of now, there is no confirmed drug failure on Usyk's record. These are rumors no matter how loud they've become. Carl Froch closes the circle with one of the most grounded takes in this storm. He's seen the old Dubois and he's seeing a new one now. Froch believes this isn't the same young man who folded under pressure before. This is a more confident, more dangerous machine. Froch still sees Usyk as the favorite, but he can't ignore what time does to even the best. And while the storm rages online, Froch reminds us that nothing is official. Usyk hasn't failed a test, but perception is its own kind of power and it can shift momentum. If Dubois uses the noise to fuel his performance, if he walks into the ring focused and fearless, he might just seize the moment. So here we are. The heavyweight division is on fire. Daniel Dubois stands at the center of it, ready to flip everything with Fury throwing...
It's a good time. I mean, a little bit of inactivity because of the fight falling through against Joseph Parker, but, you know, it's exciting. And I think...
demanding lifetime bans, Charles calling for reform, and legends like Fraud. Hearn backing the underdog. The pressure on Usyk has never been more intense. But here's the bottom line. There is still no official confirmation of any wrongdoing by Oleksandr Usyk. These remain accusations, allegations, nothing more, and yet boxing's fragile credibility is being tested once again. If Usyk fights and wins, he won't just be defending titles, he'll be defending his name, his legacy, and his future. The court of public opinion is already in session, but the truth, it still waits in the wings. Until then, all eyes are on what happens next. Can Dubois rise through the chaos and make history? Or will Usyk silence the storm with a performance that reminds everyone why he's still the king? This isn't just a fight, it's a reckoning. One man will rise, one legacy will be...